My apologies, YouTube. Good night and welcome. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome. My apologies. My apologies. We're talking about the police. Welcome to Mindful Life 459. The mic was off. Yikes. There is the rate and still giving trash service. Yikes. So cops arrest Earler. This news wasn't just today, it was since yesterday, but yesterday they had it as detained and just questioning. We were just speaking, we just had a conversation, but today it's being revealed that no, it's not just detained, it's not just a conversation. Indeed it was an arrest. And we aren't seeing any charges quite yet, but I suppose they are waiting for consultation to do just that. Run over there, host. Yeah. So cops arrest Earler, probe into SSA guns. The Strategic Services Agency probe took a sudden and stunning twist yesterday when police investigators arrested Commissioner of Police Earler Harewood Christopher and hauled her in for questioning into the importation of 2 sniper rifles for the SSA sometime in 2023. The arrest took place on day 32 of the state of emergency, which was imposed December 30th last year. Investigators assigned to the Office of the Deputy Commissioner of Police in Intelligence and Investigations under DCP Suzette Martin spent hours interviewing the commissioner at the Police Administration Building, Port of Spain, in relation to the investigation. The interview began at 3:40 p.m. and lasted for several hours into last night. Harewood Christopher was questioned in the company of her lawyer. Asked by Express last night whether Harewood Christopher was under arrest, a top-level source familiar with the complex investigation, speaking on the condition of strict anonymity, responded immediately via WhatsApp, yes. The senior source said the police will be approaching the Director of Public Prosecution for advice on the matter in due course. Possible charges that can be laid include misbehavior in public office and perverting the course of justice. So she indeed was arrested. The charges are waiting to be laid. There was a warrant sent out for Major Best, but he isn't in active duty in anything right now, so I guess it's not as significant a thing. But yeah, the arrest is sure and they're consulting, waiting on charges. Questioned until 10:30 p.m. Commissioner of Police moved from police headquarters. Police Commissioner Earler Harewood Christopher was moved overnight from police headquarters, Port of Spain, to a police station. One moment. To a police station. Was moved from Port of Spain headquarters to a police station. The location of the station is not being disclosed for security reasons, the Express was told. That sounds just like when they hold the gangsters. They move them from here, they move them to there, and they don't let it be known to anyone for security reasons. Well, you're hearing something I'm not hearing, Ronnie, because here they're saying they're not revealing the location for security reasons. I don't know. Her legal team will be taken to this location when the questioning resumes. On Thursday, the commissioner, we know this, it will continue on Friday. Let's see what the police have to say. It's not a nice feeling, Suzette Martin says about questioning Earler. Malik Abu says she most likely in a safe house. Ronnie says St. Clair. Some news station said that. I don't know. They're saying they aren't revealing that here. I really don't know. Despite the arrest of the police commissioner Earler Christopher yesterday, the TTPS remains committed to serving the country, says the TTPS. This, it was explained, may constitute misbehavior in public office or charges, and even as the investigations continue, the TTPS may look at other charges. Despite the arrests of the head of the organization, both Martin and Benjamin, two DCPs, stated that the TTPS remains committed to day-to-day operations. As you are aware, aware, the Commissioner of Police has been arrested and detained along with ex-SSA Director Roger Best over the past few days. We understand that this has raised significant public concern, and we are committed to providing as much information as possible while respecting the ongoing investigation. We are working closely with the DPP and the relevant authorities to ensure that due process is followed and that all legal protocols are observed. Our officers remain committed to serving and protecting the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and our executive are here with us today, and we will continue to function without disruption. We are fully operational, and the safety and security of the public remains our top priority. The integrity of the TTPS as an institution remains strong, and we continue to uphold the highest standard of professionalism. When asked about the morale of the TTPS and how its operations will continue without its head, Benjamin, also a DCP, said, "The TTPS is an organization, and even at this time, I will not say we do not have a head. The TTPS, the layers and structure of it, is one where even at this time we have DCPs, and each DCP is given a responsibility, and each of those responsibilities totally encompasses all that is needed to ensure the effective and efficient working of the TTPS. As the senior DCP, I have the responsibility to help give strategic direction to the TTPS at this time, and we then await the Police Service Commission to give further instruction in terms of leadership." Now, here's something interesting. Funny, Ronnie, funny. Here's what's interesting. I remember a case last year where the police commissioner was asked, what was it, one of those firearm licensing cases? Was it one of those? I believe it was one of the firearm licensing cases. And she was supposed to respond. And she said she's too busy. That her job is as such that it's so busy she doesn't have time to respond to such things. If her job is so all-encompassing busy, how is it that she can disappear from the job and the TTPS, according to the TTPS, remain unfazed? What was she doing every day, whole day, if the TTPS remains unfazed by this? Abu says plenty politics playing inside and outside the police service. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. I don't think you arrest a police commissioner on a whim. I don't think you arrest a police commissioner without some political say-so. That's generally how those things go. I don't think the arrest of the commissioner was as shocking to everyone in the country. It was shocking to some of us, but I think there would have been people who would have been well aware of what was coming down. Ronnie, stop it. Stop. Why are you doing Tanti Earls this? Praying and signing documents without reading it. And you know, Ronnie, this is not a defense of the lady. I don't know. Maybe she is fully involved. I have no idea. But I would actually find it believable if somebody says that they just brought a paper before her and she signed it, because that's just usually what they do. Many of these institutions run like this. Signatures just, there isn't really any rechecking of those things. A file is brought, they say this is what is needed, and they just sign it. Yikes. Nathan, are you seeing this reaching to court, the kind of information that will have to come out? Well, where would it reach but court? They have arrested the lady. If they arrest the lady and don't charge her, that's going to seem strange. If they arrest the lady and charge her, but then drop the case before it reaches court, that's going to seem strange too. So I don't, once they arrest her here, I don't see how it does anything but go to court. Yeah, they come in like, here, sign this up, pastor, fast. I wouldn't doubt it. I would actually believe that excuse. I don't know if it would be a good enough excuse. I don't know if it would be a good enough excuse. But it's believable to me. They're entitled to 72 hours detention. Yeah, I know that. I know they're entitled to the detention. But even after the detention, I don't think it would make good sense to go through the full state of emergency detention of your police commissioner to then land no charges afterward. That would not seem sensible. You know, it could make you wonder if many people are saying all kind of different reasons, but it could make you wonder if part of the state of emergency, at least part, was about just this very thing. Imagine if you, as the police commissioner, thinking that they're doing this state of emergency to help you do your job, but really they're doing it to take your job. Of course, Ronnie, if they let her go with no charges, she is going to sue, and she will be in her right to sue. If they charge her and don't prosecute it fully in the court, then she's also going to sue, and she will be in her full right to sue. Sylvan, bro, you have a headache? How things? Busy? Hectic? Bacchanalish? Or it running smoothly and it's all... We good? All right. Glad to hear that. I can't even ask you any question because I know you all can't answer any questions right about now. You all feel Tanti will continue as police commissioner, or you feel that they're going to bust she kite tread one time? They will allow her kite in quick time. What you feel? All due process transparency at its best. Well, it seems so. And to be fair to the TTPS, arresting your commissioner certainly could throw off accusations of towing the blue line. You could throw off those accusations for a while at least. Yeah, there was an attempt to do that. Can the police commissioner's appointment be terminated? The Police Service Commission has the power to revoke the appointment of the police commissioner and trigger the process to appoint a new top cop. The Police Service Commission can send a letter to the president requesting that the appointment be revoked, along with a merit list and naming someone else to act as top cop. The new name will have to go before Parliament to be debated and approved. Whoever is the most senior of the three deputy commissioners will fill the TTPS leadership post until the Police Service Commission triggers the process. So that's DCP, is it Benjamin? It's not like she was even doing anything, so they might as well fire her but hire Gigi. I highly doubt they're going back to Double G. You know, something I was wondering about the other day. Why isn't there more coverage on Imbert and the 2 billion? Because reportedly, Janti, the 2 billion is not that the 2 billion is missing. There's nothing to say the 2 billion is missing right now. Even the Auditor General isn't claiming that the 2 billion is missing. They're claiming that it was a mistake in accounting, and Mr. Imbert wanted to bully through the process to get it rectified when that wasn't what was supposed to be done. Now, when the investigation goes on and they dig up what they have to dig up and they find out who made the error in accounting, and if it was really an error or if there indeed is a ghost 2 billion floating around somewhere, I guess we'd find out then. But as the evidence and information stands right now, there isn't even an accusation really of missing 2 billion, just impropriety in how a mistake was supposed to be rectified. Why is no one surprised that Gigi silent? He wasn't silent. In the news this evening, I saw he was saying something. I saw you were saying something. Who is leading the SOE at this time? Well, they have DCP Benjamin. They have their DCPs there. The most senior DCP is currently in charge. Even if she got charged at about 20 years home with pay and back pay when the case dismissed. Funny. Wouldn't doubt it either. But they will get rid of her from the position if they charge her. I don't think that she could be charged and expect to remain in the position at all. So, she can be removed. In a telephone interview with the Express yesterday, former Police Service Commission member Martin George said the government can also ask the Police Service Commission to terminate the contract of the commissioner. He said the Police Service Commission can also initiate the removal of the top cop, as they would have provided her instrument of appointment. So, either way, the government could revoke it, or the Police Service Commission could revoke it. One out of the two. George noted this happened in the case of two Canadian former cops. Because of the fact that she's on extension as police commissioner, she would be on contract, essentially. And if the government revokes her contract, they can advise the Police Service Commission in those circumstances to revoke the appointment. That's what they did with Gibbs and Iwatsky. Both of them were contract officers, and the government of the day decided that they were terminating their contracts and notified the Police Service Commission that the contracts had been terminated. In those circumstances, there was no choice but to remove the appointment. Yeah. You could wonder about that, if they're willing to take the lawsuit just to remove the person. And in government positions, that's a common thing, because it's not like the money is coming out of their pocket. They aren't personally paying for it. So if a lawsuit comes down the pike over their decision, it really doesn't bother them one way or the other. And asking about Double G's silence in this, and whether he would be able to come back as commissioner. Here was something I was wondering about. You all remember that Double G confessed. He revealed that, Mr. Young's, Stuart Young's ex-stepdaughter was his cousin. So was it that Mr. Stuart Young was married to his aunt? Because isn't the mother of your cousin your aunt? So is Mr. Stuart Young Double G's uncle? Well, at least was, because I believe I see X along that line now. So I don't know the people's personal business, but X? Uncle and nephew? Next thing Double G has another bite of the apple. Ask Uncle Young if he would do it for him. Young didn't marry her though. I don't, as I said, I don't know the people's business. I have no idea. I'm talking about what they said publicly. Ask Uncle Young. See if Uncle Young will do you a solid. George said the questioning of Haywood Christopher is a shocking move and must be based on strong evidence within the security apparatus. If a move has to be made to arrest or detain your highest ranking officer, that is not something one would do lightly. It's a serious step. So one would assume that there's sufficient credible and tangible evidence upon which action was taken. George noted that such action is not without precedent, as he pointed out that former police commissioner Randolph Burrows was also arrested and subsequently charged for narcotics. It's interesting now that Ms. Haywood Christopher joins the ranks of Randall Burrows. That's your distinguished company. Mr. Burrows. Earla's husband reacts, says she's in good spirits. Police Commissioner Earla Harewood Christopher was said to be in high spirits on Thursday when she was being questioned by her subordinate. Speaking with Guardian Media, Harewood Christopher's husband Theldon said he last saw his wife on Thursday at her office. I saw her yesterday at the headquarters and she's in good spirits. But that seemed to have changed. Cop complains of feeling unwell, taken for treatment. You know, this really is unfolding like regular gang leader kind of stuff. Cop complains of feeling unwell, taken for treatment. Police Commissioner Earla Harewood Christopher has reportedly fallen ill and has been taken for treatment at an undisclosed medical facility. Maybe that's the St. Clair you heard about, Ronnie. Sources told Newsday the commissioner was moved from the police administration Port of Spain to the St. Clair police station. Well, they reveal it here. In the night on January 30th, complained of feeling unwell and was taken for treatment. Harewood Christopher was arrested on January 30th. We know this. So apparently the commissioner isn't feeling too well. I highly doubt it, Cardell. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt the General Hospital for the Speed is going to be seeing the commissioner show up right now. That's just not how that works, I think. I just don't see it happening that way. And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, at least with Major Bess. But as it stands, it could nearly seem like she's the one in the deepest of waters. Luke was not arrested. Luke Hadid, the owner of AE Tactical, an arms import company, is not under arrest. He, however, spent 2 hours today speaking with police in what his attorney Omlala described as a cordial meeting involving very sensitive matters. The Express caught up with Hadid and his attorney minutes before they walked into the police administration building, Port of Spain, around 11 a.m. to be questioned in the ongoing investigation into the acquisition of 2 sniper rifles by the Strategic Services Agency. Just so you know how things run in this place. Just, you know, things to consider. Just things to consider. The Express newspaper ran into, that's the word they used? Yeah, they caught up, sorry, not ran into. They caught up with Hadid and his lawyer just before they entered the police administration building. What convenient typing the Express reporter has. How do you happen to catch up with them right there at that very moment? Obviously, the lawyer made a call. So, this entire article is or could seem to be a start in defense for the owner of AE Tactical there. That's a start of his defense. A nice, well-placed article because the reporters happen to catch up with you. Wouldn't it be nice if any small fry who ends up in a monkey pants could happen to get the media to catch up with him and write his side, his version of events right before everything is unfolded? That will be very convenient, wouldn't it? Amazing. Earla being questioned leaves Kamala amazed. Our opposition leader is amazed by all of this. Abu Malik, I have no idea. Was the rifle imported on her name or through the TTPS and she signed it off? I don't know. I would assume the TTPS. Unfortunately, all they'd get is a mother shooting. He didn't do nothing. Earlier being questioned leaves Kamala amazed. Opposition leader Kamala Prasad-Visesa marveled that Commissioner of Police Haywood Christopher had been detained for several hours for questioning by police at the height of the state of emergency, which was supposed to have been implemented to tackle violent criminals. Had a whole SOE to lock up criminals and lock up the cop instead, Prasad-Visesa scoffed in one of her WhatsApp messages to Newsday. Only the PNM could do that. Newsday earlier reported that the officers from the Office of the Deputy of Commissioner of Police, we know all of this. On Thursday, Prasad-Visesa said recent developments were no surprise to herself or anyone who would have listened to her address. Citizens should ask if the real reasons for the SOE was to implement a gun amnesty to save other government officials who are also under investigation, which backfired because their dunce AG did not know that they would have to come to Parliament for a special majority to implement it, she said in her address at the UNC meeting. The government has collapsed. They must call an election. We will meet them on the avenue, she said in a WhatsApp message in reference to an embarrassing spelling error on a welcome to Morva post erected by government, for which a formal opening ceremony was held earlier this week. Hi Noah, our opposition leader is alleging that, and she is hinting of it being the Prime Minister in waiting, that the SOE was in an attempt to get a gun amnesty going so that he could get rid of some of his suspect guns. I agree she needs to rest, because I'm sorry, I don't buy that. Didn't he already give him that gun? The same gun they're talking about. It is known because he gave it in to the police. Now, you could investigate whether that matter was above board, but it's not like it's a secret now. So, I don't know what she's speaking about here. I don't buy that. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't buy it. But that's our present state. That's the present state of our Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Along with the regular officers still being charged and prosecuted and found guilty for various offenses. Recently, an officer was found guilty for human trafficking. There was another officer, I'm afraid to even read that story. An officer found guilty, an officer in court for alleged rape of his stepdaughter. And this officer is the same officer who was charged with another rape of a young lady that they found in Caroni with her boyfriend doing the deed in a car, and he and another officer took that opportunity, allegedly, to abuse the young lady. This happened in 2013 or something like that. That same officer is now being alleged to have raped his stepdaughter. Police. A police officer has been granted 300,000 bail after appearing in court charged with the raping of his stepdaughter while he was on suspension. While he was on suspension for allegedly kidnapping and raping a woman with a colleague. The 42-year-old officer from Central Trinidad, whose identity was withheld to protect the victim, made his first court appearance in relation to the attack on the girl before Master Ria Libert yesterday afternoon. In April 2013, the officer and his co-worker were charged with grievous sexual assault, rape, kidnapping, and buggery. They were accused of carrying a woman against her will from Caroni to a desolate area in Shogunas where they assaulted her. I remember that story. I remember it distinctly. They stumble upon the girl and her boyfriend in Caroni by the swamp. The girl and her boyfriend were reportedly, you know, what a girl and a boyfriend might be doing in a car by the Caroni swamp in the night. Police run in. Say this is illegal. I believe, if I remember correctly, they took a bribe. Yes, they took a bribe from the boyfriend first, and then took up the girl and still carried her and assaulted her. And this man was out here walking around. These magistrates and masters keep giving these monsters bail. The man was already out walking around for this nastiness. Now he has allegations of doing similar against his stepdaughter. And the judge still saw it fit to give this monster bail. Come now, man. Like people want the parliament. They want the politicians in parliament to go out there and say no bail should be given for this charge. That's not where that is supposed to be. The judge, the masters, those in the judiciary, that's their role, that's their job. You're supposed to watch this and see, nah, this man shouldn't be walking out there. We know the case ain't proven yet, but no way we should have this man just walking in the streets. What are we doing? How is the man on the same charge, accused of the same thing, and you give him bail? Like, isn't he proven to be a danger to the public? Who are these judges? What are they doing? You know, like, I would really like somebody to explain this to me. There might be some kind of great legal reasoning. I don't know. Explain it to me like I am 10. Why is it someone out on a rape charge, accused of the same thing, would be given bail? Why? What are we doing? But that's police for you. That's police. And Master Ria Libert. The country would like answers. What is this? What is this? Why? I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't. Extremely confusing to me. But as I said, folks, this was going to be a short one. That's all I have for now. I hope you're educated, informed, or entertained. I have to dive out. So I'll see you guys again for the next Mindful Live, which is going to be Monday, not tomorrow. We don't live on a weekend. Well, who knows? But we don't usually live on a weekend. I'll see you guys again for the next one. I hope you're educated, informed, or entertained. This has been the Mindful Live. Stay well, stay inside, stay out of trouble. Watch it with them police. Them police shifty and shaky out. Some of the police are shifty and shaky out there. Watch it. Like it's Avenue to no. Boy, Avenue what? It's babies. Not making them. Seeing about them. Alright, people. That's all.